We're gonna Tarantino. We'll see how that happens.
Yeah. So Elektra is actually being blamed for the death of Kingpin. But she's innocent, so Daredevil wants to go and kind of vindicate her. Also, meanwhile, Foggy is kidnapped somehow. There's not a whole lot of information about that, so I don't know who kidnapped him or where he ended up being found, but that's also part of the story. And also, at this time with Kingpin dead, there's a power vacuum, so all of the crime bosses in Hell's Kitchen are trying to snatch up and try to be the one true Kingpin after him. So there's a ton of crime in the streets, which is where the randomly generated crime gameplay kind of comes from. You fight against characters like the Hand, obviously. There's Bullseye and Elektra fight, and I think you actually play as Elektra. So it's
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think you're basically getting revenge on Bullseye. And yeah, the twist. Spoiler alert.
For a game that's never gonna happen.
Kingpin is actually revealed to be alive the whole time, and he orchestrated this whole thing just to put the other crime bosses against each other.
Twist, Andre.
To say no.
They knew what they were doing.
Alright, you got me.
Yeah, so that would have been the game. Pretty interesting, I think. What happened was, what went wrong basically was that it was a lot of technical issues with the engine that they were doing. The publisher Encore didn't really want to pay for to use someone else's engine, so they were building their own. But it didn't really work out, and they had to cut back on the scale. It went from this open world Hell's Kitchen to being, a much more linear gameplay, which kind of cut back on why would you need a radar sense? Why would you need to fly around the streets if everything's super linear? So it just, yeah. At the end of the day, what ended up happening was 5,000 feet, people were making the game, tried really, really hard to please Sony more than Marvel, and Marvel had final creative say, and they pulled their license, and the game just never got made. Such a shame. I would have liked to play as Daredevil soaping around the streets of Hell's Kitchen.
That would have been cool. Do you know if Spider-Man was going to be in it? Because that's a pretty...
I don't know. I don't think Spider-Man was going to be in it. But Punisher and Black Widow were both going to make cameos.
Black Widow?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they had a relationship in the comics, So.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We should definitely try to look at doing something with Daredevil now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like an Arkham type thing, or even a Telltale type thing. Something to get that going.
Has anyone played the new Telltale Batman game?
Yes.
I want to.
That's the best answer ever.
I want to.
Well, finish your homework and then you can.
So that's pretty cool. So let's go to the DC universe. So
yeah,
there was also going to be. Has anyone ever read Gotham by Gaslight?
Woo!
One of the best Elseworld Batman stories. No one has pretty the first, Elseworld Batman story. So pretty much, for people who are not familiar with it, it's Batman in the Victorian era, 1889 to be exact, and he's fighting Jack the Ripper. So
steampunk Batman.
Steampunk Batman, exactly.
That sounds awesome.
And it's also the latest steampunk Batman v Superman,
So it was supposed to be basically kind of like more of a detective type game, like the Arkham series, pretty much. Towards the end, actually, one of the reasons it said it kind of didn't happen, like if this game happened, we probably wouldn't have had the Arkham series. So, I mean, I guess that's a pretty good trade-off, although this still looks really cool.
Yeah, like the cape flows and stuff.
Yeah.
The cape flow, the atmosphere, I love it.
But you would have like Batman jumping from rooftop to rooftop and stuff, and it seems like at the point of this game being made, it didn't seem like there was too many bosses, because obviously you can't just have Jack the Ripper. In the game, it's there's only one boss in the whole game.
You just super jump and
It's like a 7-story vertical.
It's me, a Batman.
But yeah, so he would basically track down Batman or Jack the Ripper, and there would be great, so he would leave evidence, and there would be blood splatters or a crime, he would kill someone. You have to figure out
seems more detective-based than combat-based. Yeah.
Exactly. But what would be really cool, I think, with this game, you probably could have expanded this Elseworld world of Batman, because in the actual book, there's not really, it's like Jack the Ripper and then Joker kind of makes a brief cameo. But as of Multiversity, they created this, Earth 19. So this is basically the versions, the steampunk versions of all of Batman's Rogues Gallery. So, and it would be cool if, I don't know, you put Mr. Freeze or the Joker and Penguin. It'd be really cool as other bosses to fight during this. That would be really interesting. But what else? This one also they just pretty much, yeah, here we go, show the title card.
Yeah.
So it was very like, but basically they denied it pretty much because they're like, yeah, we're gonna go with the Arkham game. Which I guess was a smart move.
No,
but this still would have been really
It's
cool.
weird though that they would even consider this game to be made, because I feel like people would be more confused, like the average consumer would be more confused than anything.
Well, one of the things I read apparently is they were like, Batman versus Jack the Ripper was like a good sell for them, apparently.
Oh,
They're like,
really?
yeah, it's Batman versus Jack the Ripper. Everyone knows of the two, so sure. I mean, the comic's great. The game would have been fun, but I don't think it would have had, like, would you guys bought this game just because Batman, or would you be like, alright, so yeah. So maybe we should start a petition to get it in.
Kickstarter. Build Steam.
Let me ask you a question about the comic book, though, really quickly, if I can jump ship off video games. So you read the comic, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, some of you had.
It's for a comic book that's like, what, 20 years old?
Yeah. Yeah, Jack the Ripper is like revealed to be Bruce Wayne, like just some family friend, right? Or Bruce Wayne or
Yes.
something.
Yes.
I thought the way that they were setting it up made it seem like it was actually like that was a red herring, and that the real Jack the Ripper was Alfred. And I think that would have been rad.
That would have been really cool. Yes. The interesting thing about it though, the Joker makes a cameo in the book, but it's like, it's a cameo in the sense where like Commissioner Gordon's like, yeah, there's this murder around here, and they show a mugshot.
Yeah,
and it's just a guy with like a grin and like kind of blacked out eyes. So everyone's like, oh, so the Joker.
It's akin to Stan Lee's cameos in the Netflix shows, which is a picture of him in a police station.
Jumping off ship again, completely off topic, but did you know when Jessica Jones married Luke Cage, Stan Lee is the one that married them in the comic books?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
He was also denied from the wedding of Sue Storm and Leo Mitchell.
But yeah, this would have been a cool game, but we wouldn't have gotten the Arkham game, sadly.
Yeah, that's a good trade-off, I think. Yeah.
But Andre, you have one that's kind of cool. It's not video comic book related, but it is a canceled game.
Yeah.
Could have been cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever found it, but yeah, there was supposed to have been a Gremlins video game that was supposed to come out for PlayStation 2 and the PlayStation 2, like Xbox Era. And there's a cut scene that I saw where it was like, they were celebrating the anniversary of what happened in Kingston Falls, and like there was like the human celebration at the top, and then down below there was like the Mogwai celebration for Gizmo. But then of course Gizmo gets wet. Stripe somehow returned, and then in the game, I guess you were going to be able to either play as Gizmo or as Stripe. Wow. And so there was like a few screenshots of one like cutscene that was released, but it never happened. And then there was also supposed to be a Gremlins arcade game that was supposed to come out when the first movie, around the same time as the first movie, where it was like a shot where it was like 3 different sequences. So one was you were going to be Billy's mom fighting them in the kitchen, and then there was going to be one where you were Billy shooting a flashlight, and then there was like a last one where Gizmo was driving the car.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, but we got Gremlins 2 game for Sunsoft. That was a fun NES game.
Do you know why I didn't have a better chance?
I have no idea.
Probably
Sega.
never.
Yes.
The company I think that was making it, I don't think is around anymore. So, but yeah, but if you ever search like Gremlins canceled video game or something, I think it'll pop up. So, but it was supposed to be third person or third Mogwai. But yeah, but there was a Game Boy game that came out called Gremlins Stripe versus Gizmo, and it was kind of similar, where it was like, but it was side scroller. But you could play as Gizmo or play as Stripe. If you were Gizmo, you were trying to kill all the gremlins. If you were Stripe, you were feeding all the Mogwai and turning them into gremlins. But it was the same thing. It's a fun cool thing. Yeah, so I just like gremlin stuff. Until that eventual reboot happens. It's gonna happen.
There was a lot too, because it's got Flash game, right? There was a Flash game?
Yeah, there was a Flash game. Actually, in further research, I found out that the Flash game isn't even the most interesting part of this whole it's a big story around it. And I don't think I gave Dylan footage of the Superman game. No. Alright, cool. But yes, this was going to be an open world Flash game, basically.
This also seems like an obvious pick, especially now with the success of the TV show.
Absolutely.
Like, why wouldn't you give the Flash his own game?
Yeah. So this is like a super early build, and the publisher was also making around this time a Superman game that was going to tie in with the Man of Steel, but not the Man of Steel that you might be familiar with, not Henry Cavill, not Zack Snyder. It would have been the sequel to Superman Returns by Bryan Singer, also titled Man of Steel, that never got made. So it's a game that never got made based off of a movie that never got made.
Wait, real quick, was he just grinding as well?
Yeah, all of the games you have to have grinding in them.
Really? Tony Hawk must be like, yes.
It's because of Sonic Adventure 2. It sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, this game kind of crumbled as well because of, you know, the whole bankruptcy thing, as is
Of course.
as is typical. And I believe the sad story behind this is actually.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I believe the sad story behind this was that they all were fired. Everyone was fired a couple of days before Christmas. So, all of my stories end sad.
Wow.
Yeah. But
Is
yeah.
Captain Cold going to be the main villain?
Yeah, probably. There's not a ton of information about this game. There's a lot more about the Superman game, but I didn't come prepared for it. But yeah.
I imagine though, like if they went, like if they were to do that now, like everyone I'm sure has played Injustice. Like if they did that, that Flash with like that technology with this kind of thing, it would be amazing. Like who wouldn't want to run around super quick? Like you're basically kind of like teleporting in a sense. So, like and you could go like travel the world too because he's so quick. You would have to make the game like massive, or else it wouldn't really be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you could sightsee as the Flash.
They innovate Google Maps.
Drive Club with the Flash.
Yeah. Well, they coming soon. Not.
Yeah, coming 2009. We made it.
Coming 2009. So go check the Retropalooza floor. Maybe someone has a prototype of the Flash.
That looks like Wally West Flash. That's the Flash we're going to go with? I'm assuming, just by his costume?
I have no idea.
No?
I mean, the eyes make it seem like
Wally West,
Yeah, you're right.
Flashback. How you tell the difference usually with the Flash of Barry Allen, Wally West, is usually
the cowl.
Flash, the cowl, like white eyes and the belt. So the lightning bolts don't connect for Wally West, where Barry Allen, he goes all the way around. That's what
I believe both you and I made videos about superheroes' eyes. So we've.
That's an interesting
complicated.
topic to
Yeah.
Why do they have white eyes? Like, I don't know. So explain it. But there's another Marvel Chaos, right? I don't know much about
Yes,
that.
Marvel Chaos, full disclosure, does not have grinding in it. As far as I know, it's an early build. They could have added that later.
Oh, I haven't even seen this footage yet.
Yeah, okay, so this was going to be kind of like a fighting game. It was going to be a fighting game, but it was kind of semi-open world fighting game. And it was going to be, I don't know why, there was a big focus on the destruction, as you can see. Everything was supposed to be destruction.
So it was like that whole game, right?
Yeah, like Ultimate Destruction, only much, much worse. So this game is basically unplayable in its like current condition, but I don't know why it didn't get off the ground or anything, but yeah, essentially you're just fighting. There's like a Hell's Kitchen level, there's a Rikers Island level. This is, I guess, just the streets of New York, supposedly. But of course, they work in a couple references that I like. I had Dylan pull this up specifically. I don't know if you have it. Right? It's somewhere. Wait for it.
It's like a very specific frame.
Is it?
Wait,
What?
You can barely see it.
See it. It says Locklee's Taxi Service, which is a reference to one of my favorite characters, Moon Knight. So
That would be a great Netflix series.
yeah, are you kidding me? I've been pitching a Moon Knight series for years.
Right up their alley.
Yeah. So I mean, this game. It was basically just supposed to be you pick two characters and you fight each other in a world that can be destroyed in every possible sense imaginable. So, pretty compelling story.
But like much like Ultimate Destruction, that seems like that would be the most fun thing ever.
It
Like
would.
you just pick any character you want.
Well,
It's like Grand Theft Auto,
It's like if
but for
Marvel-
superheroes.
It's like if Marvel characters were set in the current DC movie universe, which is destruction.
Everyone's just always sad.
Yeah,
and
but
mad all the time.
There's supposed
There's
to
no
be
hope.
civilians. There's supposed to be civilians here, but they turned it off for the demo. But apparently the civilians are just supposed to run in fear.
There's a part, and this video has audio, there's a part in it where Captain Hulk's just breaking stuff, and Captain America goes, you know people live here, right? And then he just breaks an entire, like, building.
That could go Man of Steel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we got any more games to talk about? Is that
That's basically
that's
all I
basically
brought.
it? Yeah.